My name is Dredd, and welcome to Miss Valley Entertainment News. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. This video is filled with massive amounts of hype and unsubstantiated copium. We're going to take a look at a video by MJ Plays, and I've taken a look at their YouTube page, and they've only been doing YouTube videos for about 2 months. They've got a bunch of videos out, and they got some subscribers. Good for them. Unfortunately, I'm embarrassed after watching part of this video we're going to be covering to actually say this person is from Canada. My guess, and I don't know MJ, but my guess is MJ is a teenager, a millennial, whatever you want to call them, a post-millennial, and is someone who has not played a ton of video games, because what they believe is a great game and great action and great storytelling and great exploration, they believe that's Starfield. Oh, this is going to be all kinds of ridiculous stupid. But you love it when I cover Starfield. God help me. Let's get into this. Oh, God.
Before Starfield release, it was one of the biggest, most anticipated games ever. And after
That is true. Now it's one of their biggest failures.
Xbox acquired Bethesda and gave them more development time, the hype was even higher. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about why Starfield is absolutely amazing. Many players like myself...
Wait. Incidentally, I don't know that the hype went up when Bethesda got purchased. I don't know. I don't think that's true. So basically what you're saying then is, if you're like an Xbox person, that you got more hyped about this because it was an Xbox exclusive. Although it came to PC, so it wasn't exclusive at all. And now it's not going to be exclusive, it's going to PlayStation. That's my thoughts on that. But I'm guessing then this person is probably playing on Xbox. They're doing videos. Let's see, what kind of videos are they doing? They're talking about Xbox going third party. They're probably doing a video there where they're like, "Oh God, no, it's not happening. Don't worry, band together, Xbox players. It'll never happen." They're playing some Halo Infinite. That's amazing. Apparently, Starfield's amazing. Persona 3 Reload. I'm sure that's amazing. Red Dead Online. Oh, they're going to probably say how amazing that is too. Fallout 76. See, they got their like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Ichiban goes on that one. Okay, yeah. Should you get a PSVR 2? So they're playing on PlayStation. I don't know what's going on, man. I can't figure it out. Apparently, Cyberpunk is also amazing to this person. Pretty much every game they play is amazing. I would love to say that is just hyperbole in the title to get people to click on it, but no, because I watched a little bit of their video here and this video, and it is absolutely delusional. They are smoking something out of a pipe that's legal in Canada apparently, but not in other places in the world. I'm just saying. Some of the things that are said here, oh boy.
Starfield is absolutely amazing. Many players like...
It's amazing how people who played Starfield for 300, 400, 500 hours and walked away from the game are not saying Starfield is amazing. They are saying Starfield is a mid-tier, just okay game with a ton of problems, and then they're breaking down all those problems and what should have been done, how it could have been better. But they're still walking away from it and saying, we're not doing this anymore. But then you got people like this. And I said it again and again. People don't jump on these people and rip them a new one because they're allowed to like Starfield. Like, you're allowed to like a bad game. Like, God damn it. I like plenty of games that many of you would find to be terrible. Let's be honest. And you've got some of those games in your closet, too, that you don't want to let out and let people know that you like. Okay? We're all like that. We all have games that we get attached to that are not something that the majority appreciates. Get it? That happens. But when you're making a video saying something is amazing when all the evidence shows it's not, that's what gets my ire up. You're trying to convince people. You are going to bat for Bethesda. and trying to convince more people how awesome this game is so they buy it. You are fucking over the industry. Stop it. I'm already getting upset. We're 15 seconds into the video. What do you people get me into? Oh, God.
Like myself, have praised Starfield for its innovative gameplay, immersive storytelling, its amazing graphics, and rich customization options.
What? What? Oh, God, I need to move. I need to move out of Canada. I can't be in the same country as this person. Nobody says that. Unless you're a Bethesda fanboy. Unless you work for Bethesda or you have an IQ below 40. Nobody says those things. Nobody.
And by far, in my opinion, the best space game to ever release. So,
okay, first of all, at least they said in their opinion on that one. I need some coffee. Wait a minute. At least they said in their opinion. You know how much their opinion means to me? Just enough for me to make a video making fun of their opinion because they're trying to push that opinion out of the people. Everything they said is an opinion so far, and it's not justifiable or in any way true. Again, go actually look if you doubt this. Go look at the videos of the people who have played this game. 40 hours, 80 hours, 100 hours, 150 hours, 250 hours, 300 hours, 500 hours. I've seen people with 700 hours in this game who have walked away pissed off at it. And they said, why did I do this? This is not a great game. So this stuff isn't true. It just plain isn't true. This may be their opinion. It may be their honest opinion. If it's their honest opinion, I really feel sorry for them. And if they're just lying and shilling, then I kind of hate them. But, you know.
So, let's get straight into it. So first, we're going to be talking about Starfield's combat. Now, Starfield's combat is just purely amazing because
there's that word again. Purely amazing. Most people say Starfield's combat is okay. Some people say Starfield's combat is like the best thing about the game. Some people just say it's okay. Some people point out a lot of bugs with it and a lot of issues with it. So there's a lot of different opinions on Starfield's combat. I will give you that. Amazing? I don't think amazing is an opinion. I think amazing is hitting the crack pipe 8 or 10 or 1,000 times too many in the last hour. Amazing.
Starfield's combat is just purely amazing because it offers a lot of variety to the player as us.
What is the variety? What is the variety? You've got some guns that look cool. Okay. You can do a little bit of customization on them. Okay. All the enemies are bullet sponges. You think that's amazing? Do you think that's an amazing aspect of the game, of the gameplay, of the gunplay, of the combat, that everything is just a big bullet sponge? It's just made to, just there for you to continue to like pop thousands of rounds into it till it finally dies? You think that we're in a space game and everything, and the fact that you don't even have like cool laser weapons or anything really good as a weapon, it's just these things, they just look cool, but all you're doing is firing off bullets. I mean, do you think that's really amazing? Melee combat sucks ass in this game. I've heard it time and time again. Melee combat is one of the worst things in this game. So is that aspect of the combat really amazing?
Challenge and immersion. You can choose from the different weapons and ammo types, mod them to suit your builds, use them in different environments, and
you could choose from different weapons and weapon types. That's amazing. I could choose a melee weapon or a gun. How amazing. I could choose this gun or this gun. How amazing. Has this person never played a game before 2 months ago? Like, that's what makes me think they're really, really young and haven't actually had experience in gaming. There are so many games with better combat than this. MJ, you have not gotten out and lived. Come out of the basement. Experience games that are actually fairly decent. And then come back to this and try to say it's amazing.
situations. I love, honestly, using stealth, the grenades, and the jetpacks.
All right, we're gonna hop back in. I was getting out of this whole thing and not doing this whole covering this anymore. But I started reading the comments, and I was quite fascinated by the, first of all, amount of comments on this video, and furthermore, what a lot of them were saying. So let's go through the comments on MJ Plays video for Starfield is amazing, which, by the way, dropped on February 4th. I'm recording this on February 8th, so it's only 4 days worth of comments. I gave it a thumbs down. It's got 66 thumbs up with 1,744 views. We can't see how many thumbs down there are, but I'm pretty sure this would be ratioed the shit out of. But I can't prove that, so take that at face value. Let's go through some of the comments. So, MJ Hernandez, which I guess is MJ Plays, says, I know a lot of people will definitely disagree with me on this opinion, but whether either of you disagree with me or not, I always love reading the comments, seeing your opinions as well on the game, as that's what they are, opinions. He admits it's just an opinion. Either way, if you agree, disagree, thank you for watching the video. Very nice, very nice. I appreciate that, and I'm sure MJ is probably a very nice person. This person says, was bored to tears for about 10 hours of this game. Kind of heartbreaking. I was sure I'd at least have some fun wandering around. This person says, so I guess this is this guy's sarcasm voice. He clearly had access to a different game than I did. This person says, are you new to games or something? This person probably tell everybody they're entitled if they have a bad opinion of it. This person says entitled. I paid $60. Goddamn straight, I'm entitled. Somebody else says I have 40 hours. This game is just bad. Says this person says, how much did they pay you? Best space game ever released. This person says the loop of visiting bland planets with nothing to do, visiting the same structures that look the same over and over again, and lots of loading screens. This person says, can anyone explain to me why there are no mounts in the game? Just why? This person says, because there's nowhere to go. Stealth grenades and jetpacks, because those go together. When I'm doing a stealth build, I usually pick jetpacks and grenades. I know, I'm just picking at this wording there, but I'm allowed to do that. It's a reaction video.
Jetpacks are so much fun.
Oh, it's amazing, and the jetpacks are so much fun. I mean, they're not designed to actually get you around anywhere because they don't want you to go faster than a jog where you run out of stamina really quick because they don't want you to move too quick because their engine can't handle it. And there's actually nothing to see, so they don't want you to go faster. And they want you to spend more time in the game, as Todd says. If you just spend more time in the game, it gets good. But jetpacks are amazing. You've never played a game with a jetpack. Seriously. I off the top of my head, I'm thinking about 10 games I've played that have jetpacks in. This is not amazing. This is not innovative at all. Most of you could probably think of a lot more than 10 games you play where your character has a jetpack. What is amazing about it besides the fact that, oh, I love this game? Other than that, what is amazing about having a jetpack?
And other tools as well to gain an advantage over your enemies, like shotguns, like rifles, like knives.
So your advantage. Oh, I get an advantage over my enemies by having a shotgun or a rifle. Again, have you never played a game? Have you never played a game? I seriously don't think you've ever played a game before Starfield. That's just so sad. This is what I said. When people say Starfield never hurt anybody, we're talking about, apparent 12-year-olds or whatever who only get to buy one game a year and bought this game, and now they have to play it for the rest of their life or for the next year because they can't afford to buy other games. And so they're like, oh, it's the greatest game ever. I love it. Me and all my besties play it. Right? It's amazing. I don't even have words.
Like mini pistols and like the powers that you can get. And you can even engage in the space combat with your space.
Oh, you've got mini pistols and you've got powers. That's amazing. Again, it's not doing anything any other game hasn't done, and it's doing it worse. Again, people's opinions. This is an opinion of someone who hasn't played many games, clearly. Clearly. And now we're going to talk about space combat. Again, some people have different opinions on the space combat in this game. I've seen people say how fulfilling and great it is, and I've had some people start comparing it to other games and saying, look, this is dog shit. And I've had some other people that fall right in between. So again, combat and space combat are two things in Starfield that there is varying degrees of difference and opinions on. You clearly know where Mr. Amazing is where Mr. Amazing is going to fall on the spectrum. You clearly know that the space combat to MJ is amazing. I mean, there is nothing but fanboyism to this video so far. I mean, you absolutely know everything they point out is going to be amazing. So you're not really getting anything out of this video other than the fact this person's really excited and proud of playing this game. That's it. That's the only thing you're actually getting out of this.
Pistols and like the powers that you can get, and you can even engage in the space combat with your spaceship, which is completely customizable, and we'll get
completely customizable spaceship that you don't spend any time in. It's just a storage container. A spaceship you never actually fly anywhere in space because you don't fly anywhere in space. Space doesn't actually exist in Starfield. It's just a backdrop. It's a backdrop between loading screens. That's it. Once you've been to a planet, you won't even have the little video play of your ship taking off and landing and stuff. You'll just boop and you'll be on the planet. Well, you got to go through a few loading screens to get to the boop part, but still, you understand. Your ship is it's so amazingly customizable. People talked about the customization, how cool that is, but your ship is not even important to the game. It's a space game, and your ship is literally not important to the game. Other than a few dogfights you may get into. And again, people have varying opinions on whether or not those dogfights are any good. I've seen them. Your ship never actually really moves. It's just the background moving in front of you. And you're mashing buttons and hoping to outlast somebody else. That's all you're doing. It's, again, it's not innovative. It's not groundbreaking. It's not the first game to have done it. And it is one of the games to have done it the worst. Yet, it's amazing to this person. I'm amazed.
Get into a little bit, which adds another layer of the complexity and excitement. Next,
complexity and excitement. Where is the complexity? Where is the excitement other than in your voice when you say amazing? You're not giving us anything. Again, if you want to run around in this game and have fun, I know plenty of people. I personally know people who run around in this game and have fun. They enjoy it. If you want to pay $70 for this game and run around and enjoy it, that's your choice. But it doesn't mean it's a good game. It certainly doesn't mean it's amazing in any way except for in your own head. They got trolled with an innovative award. That's not a real thing, people.
Next, we're going to be talking about Starfield's gameplay, not to be confused with Starfield's combat and gunplay.
Starfield's gameplay, not to be confused with combat and gunplay. Okay, you already covered combat and gunplay. Now you bring up gameplay and you tell people don't get confused by it. Why would you get confused by that? Why would you confuse? Oh, they're talking about gameplay. Are they talking about the combat again? Oh, they must be talking about the gunplay again. How would you even say this? This person says, glad to hear people love this game. I tried my best. I really wanted to like it. In the beginning, I sort of did. Played through NG Plus and tried to do a lot of side content. After a while, I was really bored. More than I've been by any other Bethesda game, and apparently I am not alone. At this exact moment, there are 4,006 people playing Starfield on the Steam version. It's a pretty steep fall from the top, which was 330,723 players. Yeah. For me, it won't help with graphics patches, lighting fixes, I think it's lighting fixes, bug fixes. It is just not fun. The crew and companions feel empty, not real, and extremely judgmental, not to mention the environments, cities, etc. I never felt anything, unlike BioWare games and more recently Cyberpunk. When I look back at Starfield, I think of the endless loading screens and animations. Just getting out of the captain's chair annoyed me so much that I just never did that unless it was needed. Many of the missions just felt like work. There is nothing in me that makes me want to go back to it ever, not unless there are some really major changes. Having companions in the game could be so great. Best examples come from BioWare with Dragon Age and Mass Effect, but these never made me feel anything. I ended up being annoyed when they wanted to talk to me. Okay, this kind of turned into a rant. Glad you liked it. We're all different. This person says, did you ever play any other game? Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you like it. We're all different and it's great, but really, is that your first game or what? This person says, I hope this is pure sarcasm. This person says, did Bethesda give you a script to read? I can't even. Have you ever played a video game before? The quality of this game is subpar compared to games that came out nearly 2 decades before. Hey man, can I get a bit of whatever you're smoking? Gotta be some real heavy stuff. Oh my god, these people are saying the exact same things I was saying. I don't feel so bad anymore. Best space game ever made. Are you dizzy? Wonder how many hands down this video has. This person says the guy is at the point where any engagement, both positive and negative, will help the channel, so he chooses a topic which elicits negative response. Starfield, awful game, no seamless travel, barren planets, boring quests, midfield, Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous, OMG, fantastic game. Spends 8 hours on watching ships fly to and from even more barren planets, doing simple fetch quests, and grinding for credits with tedious mechanics. All right.
Now, Starfield's gameplay loop is just amazing. It combines that awesome...
Again, with that word, it's amazing. Amazing followed directly by the word awesome. All you're telling people is you're excited for this game. You love this game, and you would go to bed with and sodomize this game. That's all you're really saying. That's all you're actually saying here in the video so far.
Some exploration from every other Bethesda game. The custom...
Okay, what? Excuse me, what?
Starfield's gameplay, not to be confused with Starfield's combat and gunplay. Now, Starfield's gameplay loop is just amazing. It combines that awesome exploration from every other Bethesda game.
No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. There is no exploration in Starfield. Zero. It's a space game where you can't explore space. It's a space game where your spaceship doesn't actually travel anywhere. It's a space game where you cannot fly between planets. Each planet is just its own little area, procedurally generated area that you just pop into through loading screens. That's it. There's no exploration. You go to the planets, you're on a barren planet, and you're actually just on this little walled off cube of it, invisible walls, that you have to run across because they won't allow you to actually, have a vehicle or anything else because they don't want you to actually know how short this is. They want you to take your time. So you have to run by all the rocks and dirt. And the dirt and the rocks, and did I mention the rocks and the dirt? You gotta run by all that. By the way, you got no stamina, so you're constantly having to stop running. And then you get to a little area where it's either like a lab or a cave or a lab on almost every planet. And then you go in and you defeat what looks like the exact basic same enemies, find the exact same kind of loot. And then you go run across the planet again all the way to where your ship is, and then get in your ship, which is not even really a ship. It's just a cargo storage box that looks cool. And then you take off, you do the loading screen again to get out, and you to another planet. There's no exploration. There's no exploration in this game. Again, get out of the basement, son. Go play a real game.
The customization that gives you free will on whatever you want to make your character.
No. There's no choice in this game. It's shown in if you look at it, if you look at the choices when you're talking to somebody, they'll be like, "Oh, there's 5 choices." Yeah, 4 choices will be yes, and 1 choice will be no. You don't have any free will in this game. It puts you on a path and you go. There's no choice at all. There is no RP in the RPG. It's just a game. Even most people will admit it has very, very light roleplay aspects. Very, very light. For a roleplay game, very, very light on roleplay. Any significant choices, almost none.
Character look like, and your actions in that dynamic galaxy. You don't have a world. You don't have a planet. You have a whole ass galaxy.
But you can't explore any of it. You just explore little tiny zones that are created by the computer.
You're able to travel to different planets and moons, each with their own environments, their
own rocks and dirt. Their own rocks and dirt that you could run across forever to get to the same thing you've been to before.
biomes, their own wildlife. You're also able to customize your character.
Sure, it's the second time in the last 20 seconds you talked about customizing your character. Great. How many games do you have that you customize your character? I'm going to say about 50% of them. Probably more than that, but I'll estimate 50% of games you can customize your character at the beginning of the game. Cool. Wow. Groundbreaking. Amazing.
Your spaceship, your weapons. I'm mostly talking about your RPG stuff here. You know, your spaceship and your outposts. And you're also...
You build your outpost on some planet, and you build it, how you want, although really you can't build it how you want. You're just putting down like blocks of buildings that you don't really have much choice over. And then you can set it up the way you want it, and then what? And then what do you do with it? Nobody comes to see you there. Nothing happens there. You remove that from the game. It doesn't change the game at all. It's just window dressing. It's like moving into a house that's clearly been used I don't know. It's been used as a meth lab, and it's just not in good shape. There's black mold all over the place, and you should have breathed or a mask in the place or whatever. But somebody puts up nice curtains inside. You're like, oh, I love it. It's amazing. Sure. Thanks, Bethesda.
Able to engage in the various activities in Starfield, like mining, trading, crafting, hacking, questing. And there's so much stuff here that it just gives you unlimited freedom.
Unlimited freedom. Again, I'm embarrassed this person's Canadian. Unlimited freedom. You're not. Clearly, MJ does not understand the word freedom. All these things you're talking about, every freaking game out there has it, and most of them do it way better than this game does.
On what you want to do, and the amount of choice in this game as well. There are so many hidden...
I've got so many videos out there where people are talking about the apparent choices of breaking down quests and showing how there's absolutely zero choice in this world. You cannot go off script. You cannot go off script in this game.
Quests. To this day, I'm still finding quests that I haven't played over 130 hours of gameplay. I'm still...
130 hours of gameplay? Whoa. You haven't even played long enough for the game to get good, son. Who are you to talk about how amazing this game is after a lousy 130 hours? I've got multiple videos covering people who have played far longer than you have, who have said this game is dog shit. Why are we taking your word for it when all you can say is amazing, like a parrot, and you've only played 130 hours? Wow, you're still in the new car stage. You're still like, look, Todd told me to buy this car, and I bought it, and I'm driving it around. Hi, everybody. Let's see what you say after you played this pile of crap for 1,000 hours, buddy. Let's see that. It's amazing.
Finding new stuff. And it's just so expansive and so...
I'm serious, though. 130 hours, there are plenty of people, and I've covered some. You can find many videos out there of people who walked away from this game after far more than 130 hours. Far more. And who have said, look, I was wrong about this game. I thought I was in love with this game. I am so wrong about this game. This game isn't great. It's just meh. And from a AAA studio and a much hyped game, meh should not be acceptable. After 2 minutes of this video, I'm not sure if this guy is delusional or sarcastic. After playing 20 hours first 2 weeks of launch, I then ended up playing more Skyrim than Starfield. What a disappointment and a boring experience. This person says, when you never swim in the ocean, of course you think a swimming pool is deep. This person says selling out is never the way to go. This person says, man, it's a game about space where you cannot explore any planet without a loading screen. You cannot explore the space or galaxies without a loading screen. You are not really flying on your starship in space. The planets, stars, everything you see is just a background image. The only way you land on a planet is to click and wait for a loading screen. Laughing emoji. Very simple. Just compare Starfield with No Man's Sky, for example. You'll get what I mean. And No Man's Sky is around 14 gigabytes. Laughing emoji. I don't even want to point out some crazy games about space like Elite Dangerous. Person says, is this sarcasm? If not, ... This person says, obviously you are somebody new to Starfield. 550 plus hours in, like me, you will come to the sad conclusion and the sinking feeling that the game really is miles wide, inches deep, repetitive, and boring. And the NPCs are unintelligent. This video almost makes me feel like this is a start of some attempt, possibly fueled by Bethesda, to rekindle interest and purchases of the game. $70 or more is a ripoff for this. Calling it Skyrim in space is an insult to Skyrim, by the way. Person says, I agree. Believe me, the only reason I played this game that long is because I once did the same thing with Skyrim. I wanted to find things nobody else found. I wanted to have that unique experience, go into all these caves and bases. I wanted to believe it was better than it was. And one day, literally 5 minutes after I married Sarah Morgan for the 5th time, laugh out loud, we went to a random planet I had never been to before, walked and jetpacked for 5 minutes to find and start raiding a big base. All of a sudden, no idea why, it hit me. I saw the layout of the base was the same as found on 20 other planets. Same artifacts, same NPCs, same dumb behavior, same dialogue, same mediocre combat with half-stupid NPCs. Wow, that sounds very, very different than what MJ Plays was saying in their video. This person's got a lot more experience, too. I literally stopped, stared at the screen, minimized the game, brought up the Steam console, saw how many hours I had played, had a gut feeling that I wasted a lot of time from my life for no good reason, and logged out. Haven't been back on for over a month. Big patch or no big patch coming. It's already Feb, and as we all know, no big patch yet. Starfield was not ready for prime time. Reminds me of the fail that was New World at Amazon that had so much potential, such a beautiful game. Over 1 million players every day, first month, yet so much repetition, lack of variety, and mediocrity, and no mounts, like no vehicles in Starfield, and long, boring walks over lots of barren rock. I am seriously disappointed in Bethesda, even more so in a company like Microsoft who should know better. They just wanted $70 from everybody, for the most part got it, and seemed to have walked away. Hopefully Bethesda turns this around, I can be proven wrong and return to playing Starfield one day. But I think old Bethesda that created Oblivion, Skyrim, and Elder Scrolls, their old spirit and creative aura is gone. Thank you, Todd Howard. I have zero hope for Elder Scrolls 6 and honestly have lost the will to care about anything Bethesda says anymore. They have lost 100% of their credibility. I'm sure much of their paying fan base, which I've been part of for almost 20 years. Because considering how bad Starfield is, it kind of makes sense that any video that tries to make it sound like it was worth the money are below the 10,000 view threshold. This person says, I didn't know Todd had children. MJ, are you Todd's child? This person says, is this a joke video? This person says, remember when bait was believable? This person says, so I hope he is sarcastic. This person says, ignorance is bliss. This person says, it's okay. Notice me, Todd Senpai. This person says, please do not promote this half-assed garbage. As a huge Bethesda fan from Morrowind to Skyrim, this shit is unacceptable. Hear, hear. This person says, nice try, Bethesda. Clickbait thumbnail, because this game kind of sucks. It feels like Frankenstein of gaming put together for different Bethesda code library parts. This person didn't even watch. He said, bah ha ha ha, haven't even watched yet. Maybe you mean amazing that a company can have functionally unlimited resources and churn out the biggest pile of shit ever. I'll edit if I'm convinced, and even if not, let's see. Edit. Yeah, dude. You either haven't played this game, or this is your first game, and you are way too impressed with subpar work from a company that should know better. Well, they have never made a product that wasn't somebody else's, so maybe not. This says, Morrowind is better than Starfield, and Skyrim with mods looks better. Person says I gave it 10 hours. It's terrible. Nothing innovative about it. Cyberpunk murders it. Person says if your intention was to make this video go viral, you failed miserably. This person says this must be sarcasm, or you need to play other games to realize how much Starfield sucks. If you like this game, you'll absolutely love Tic-Tac-Toe. GOTY, garbage of the year. Copium. It's just a parody. The gameplay is utterly boring. All is automatically generated. The weapons are trash. The shooting is almost serviceable. There is no story. Companions are boring. The writing is almost non-existent. I got it on Game Pass and I installed it after 20 hours. I never got back. This person says, dog. No. You high. This game, after 10 hours, I thought was great. After 100 hours, I thought it was a piece of shit. There are so many issues. The gameplay loop gets old after about 15 hours. All the planets are all the same. It's all just procedurally generated abandoned outposts with research centers with no purpose. You high. And there you have it. This is the worst Bethesda product to ever come out. How many people would argue with that? Like, seriously, how many people would actually argue with that? Okay, some people would argue Fallout 76. I get that. I've heard the horror stories. I understand. That was them trying to go online when they never should have. But anyways, but yeah, if you kind of put that one aside, I think people would agree that Starfield is the worst of the Bethesda products out there. For those who have played most of them, or most or all of them, right? I think you would get that if you took a poll of people who played all the Bethesda games, and if you asked where this would rank amongst their games, I think those people would rank this either lowest or second lowest under Fallout 76. Tells you a lot about where this company's going.
So big and so much quality in there as well that Bethesda just really nailed. Next, we're going to be talking.
They nailed the big quality, eh? Amazing.
About Starfield's companions. All of them, honestly, from Sam to Sarah to Andreja to Barrett to Vasco, and all the crew members that you can also recruit. They're just honestly amazing. Like the.
Okay, I've heard people say that Sarah is the only bearable companion in this game. I've never heard anybody say anything good about any of the other companions. Again, I really worry about the medications this person is on. This person has to be deficient upstairs, or they're actually getting paychecks from Bethesda. This is just not right. It's not right at all.
Annoying fan, which he's so fucking funny, honestly. You're able to recruit tons of different companions, and you can even recruit crew members for your ship and take them with you if they offer, good perks that you want.
Hooray! Your ship again. That thing that's just a curtain to make you not look at the meth lab behind you.
Each with their own backgrounds and stories, especially with the main 5 or 6. There's so much in depth and so much dialogue and so much conversation that you can have. You can learn more about them. You can
so much loading screens. There's so much coping.
Romance most of them, except you can't romance the bot, but if you could fuck Vasco, that'd be pretty funny. And your companions can help you in combat on your ship, and at your outpost you can assign them.
I've seen the AI companions helping you in combat. It's typical Bethesda buggy fucking mess is what it is. I guess if you're new to Bethesda, I know this person's played Fallout or something, but one of the Fallouts, Fallout 4, I think it was. I think they got a video on that. But if you're new to Bethesda, maybe you think that's cute still. I don't know. But then again, what does your opinion matter? You've only played 130 hours. Remember when people playing Starfield would say, oh, don't listen to that person. They've only played 30 hours. They don't know what they're talking about. Oh, don't listen to that person. They've only played 60 hours. You get to play at least 150 hours. Even Todd says to even know what you're doing in this game and know how to play it. This person's only played 130 hours. I count their opinion as meaning nothing at this point. Why am I even covering this?
And they'll also react to your choices and actions, and each of them have different opinions and their motivations in Starfield. And they're more than just followers, really. They're your friends, and allies throughout.
Okay, that's sad, buddy. I see. MJ is kind of a loner. He's stuck in the basement. He doesn't get out. He doesn't play many games. Obviously, he doesn't have friends. These are his friends. I feel kind of bad for him now. I feel kind of bad for picking on him. He's a simple Canadian. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you don't have any friends, MJ. Sorry that, you feel this way, that Starfield's companions have to be your friends.
Your journeys through Starfield. Next, we're going to be talking about Starfield's outpost building, and honestly, I always loved outpost building in.
Again, outpost building doesn't really matter. Again, you take it out of the game, does it change the game at all? Nope. It's just there as a window dressing. That's it, and it doesn't matter. Nobody comes there. Nobody hangs out there. You do nothing there, and the building is not even as good as in Fallout 4, I believe it was Fallout 4. Yes. Which has been pointed out to me by many people.
Bethesda's games, especially with Fallout 4 and Fallout.
Because everything they've done, that Bethesda's already done, is a much, much lower quality than what they've done before for this game.
Fallout 76, and lets you create your own home base and outpost on the planet, on just an area of the map. And I think it's so cool.
And I understand, I like building. I like games where I can build cool bases. I get it. But what do you do after you've built the base? You're like, yeah, this is a really cool base. And you hang out there for a while. Then you're like, okay, I got to go play the game now, I guess. Come back to your base like, yeah, I was really proud that I built this base. Maybe you make a video showing off the base you built. And you're like, yeah, look at this cool base I made. But really, what does it do to the game other than making you smile because you made a good base, or what you think is a good base, and put more hours into the game? What else does it actually do? Does it tie into the game at all? You have random events constantly happening in your base being attacked and you have to defend it. Yeah. But Starfield's amazing, so it's okay.
There's actually little intricacies to it too. For certain perks, you actually can't put it on, say, Inferno planets or planets that are ice cold. You actually need to level up perks in order to put them on the.
And there's all kinds of things you can't do at your base. You can't, I think you can't make ammo. There's all kinds of other things you just can't do or make at your base. So it requires you loading, screening off, and finding yourself a trader in order to acquire those things you need for the gameplay. You can't even do it in your own base. So if we talk about crafting, the crafting system is crap because you can't do that stuff on your base. It's supposed to be where you're home, where you hang out, where you live, has everything you need. It's got none of what you need.
Those planets, which I think adds more depth, and it's kind of more end gamey, right? You're able to customize your outposts with all the different modules, all the different habitats, everything. You're able to make.
How would you know if something's end gamey? You've only played 130 hours of this game. According to everybody in Starfield who's ever talked about Starfield, you have not played long enough to actually form an opinion. And that's true. Go back and look at all those people talking about Starfield. Don't listen to those people who've only played this amount or this amount. You have to play at least this long before it gets good. And then you'll know how great this game is. This person's, according to all the Starfield fans, this person's opinion is meaningless at 130 hours.
Make whole ass biomes. I didn't even know until about 80 hours in, I want to say, that you could actually build little gardens in there and you'd be able to collect resources. I thought that was so cool.
By the way, I want to point out that I heard you have to go through an airlock to get into your base. Even if you're on a planet that has oxygen atmosphere, you don't have to wear a spacesuit. You still have to go in through an airlock. Because that's well thought out.
And it sped up my achievement gathering as well. One where you have to collect 500 organic items. That sped it up so quickly. You're able to add extractors, you're able to add generators, labs, and you're also able to recruit your crew members, like I said earlier.
And again, a billion games have done this before. What about this is innovative? What about this is amazing? What about this is better than any of the other games that have come before it? Zero. You know what? It's just getting ridiculous. As I said, this is all coping, and I do feel bad. I think this person seriously is a young person. I don't think they played near enough games to actually make an opinion, and I don't think they even played Starfield enough to make an opinion, according to Starfield fans. I don't really know what to say about this. If you want to watch this video in its entirety, I will link it down below. I'm not going to cover the last 8 minutes. We covered 4 minutes of this, and I had 33 minutes of things to say. God damn, I talk too much, which is really weird because I'm not a talkative person. Honest to God, you take the microphone away, I'm not talkative. Try to get me in a conversation, I'm like, nope, no, I don't want to talk to you. Nope. But put a microphone in front of me, I got too much to say. But this is like stupidity. It's just a fanboy saying how amazing the game is, but actually, go ahead, compare it to other games that do the same thing. You'll find it does it in a very inferior way every time. And it is the most inferior of Bethesda's products. You've got a very mid or meh game put out by a AAA company with all the hype in the world and all the financial backing in the world, and this is what they came up with. Again, if you play it and you like Starfield, I'm not saying you can't. But I will tell you, if you put out video saying Starfield's amazing, I am going to come slap you down. Because Starfield is not amazing in any way, shape, or form, other than the fact that when you play it, you happen to be getting enjoyment out of it, and that's based on your opinion. The facts are, Starfield is not a good game. It's, at best, just an okay game. From Miss Valley Entertainment News, my name is Dread. Oh, I hope I don't have to cover too many more of these people, really. I'm trying to keep in a good mood here, but these people are... It draws out the very frustrations in me to see people be so delusional about something that... Seriously, if somebody was this delusional about, I don't know, eating dog food, right? You would tell them to get mental, emotional, psychological help. If someone were this, this passionate and this cuckoo about just about anything in the world, you would recognize that what is wrong with this person? But somehow when it's a game, it seems to be okay to people. It's not okay. It's fine to say, hey, I play Starfield and I'm enjoying it. Cool. It's another thing to say everything about Starfield is amazing. No, it's not. Not to anybody who's not you. For Miss Valley Entertainment News, my name is Dread. We'll catch y'all later, people. Thanks for putting up with me. Bye-bye.